line there is General Lee's battle line. And about 4 o'clock, out of those trees coming towards us in front, John Hood's division, about 7,000 men, Georgia, Arkansas, Texas, Alabama guys coming towards us. But here, though, it's virtually nothing about 4 o'clock. Statue over there beyond the crest of the ridge there, General Gouverneur Warren, George Meade's chief engineer. And Warren gets here first. Sees the trouble. The hill is about undefended, really, up for grabs. Sends one of his aides down here behind me in the valley, the road down there, and finds a small brigade of a colonel named Strong Vincent. Erie, Pennsylvania born, a Harvard lawyer, 26 years old, and Vincent says on his own, give me the order, I'll take the responsibility, I'll take my brigade up here first. So, small brigade, about 1,200 guys. Down back there where the kids are standing there, the big monument down there is Michigan guys. Tower there, New York guys. Back in the woods, Pennsylvania, the far back, the Maine guys. Little half moon shape lying there. They're barely in place, 10 minutes. And Lee's men, one of those last trees are coming towards us about 4 o'clock. First place they strike those down there in Devil's Dig, get bogged down there, which allows Warren just enough time to get them in here first. So you have really a close call, nick of time arrival here. That one brigade gets here, just nick of time. Fight begins down there. Then again, Lee's men launch 3 assaults up the front of the hill towards us. Mostly Alabamians and Texans coming this way. 3 times they try, 3 times they push back down again. The 3rd try, they got to the tower there, near the tower there. Because the monument down there, the small monument there, Michigan guys, in the smoke and confusion, somebody either heard the wrong order or gave the wrong order. Half the regiment fled back here at the top of the rise, leaving a gap back there where the big monuments are and the big rocks there. Now again, just right place at the right time. Coming up in reserve, one more regiment from New York State. Their commander is Irish-born, Patrick O'Rourke. Went to West Point before the war, graduated first in his class, 1861, right before the war began. Had about 500 men. What happened was, before this begins, Warren now, still worried about the hill being lightly defended, himself gets down there in the valley and finds one more brigade. In the lead was O'Rourke's New Yorkers. Up the back of the hill, up a small logging trail at the back of the rise. Get about where we are now and sees his disaster unfolding in front of them there. Michigan guys falling back, burning their tails, Alabama, Texas guys right from the top of the hill there. No choice now. O'Rourke just pulls his sword, says, follow me. Down the front of the hill they go there, and they just hit that wave and push them back down there again. So really, some of us really close calls here. New York charge this way, Maine guys charge back behind you there in the woods. There's a series of really nick-of-time arrivals and key counterattacks. But again, at the end of the day, though, it's kind of a big bloody draw. Everything in front of us, behind me, is in Southern hands. The hill, though, the key really, stays in Union hands. But again, a reason simple to why you want this hill, look, my left this way, north of us, that big line of monuments that are running north back towards town. There's Cemetery Ridge where the big dome sits there. These are Southern guns up here first. That whole line is vulnerable to cannon fire if Lee gets here first. Again, also behind the hill, behind you a couple hundred yards. 2 of those last, only 2 roads left to George Meade the 3rd day. You got to hold the hill for the cannon fire and hold the hill to all those roads too. But here about 6 p.m. day 2 in the afternoon, it'll just be blinding smoke and deafening noise billowing up out of the trees there. Wheat field, changing hands back and forth 6 different times. Devil's Den back and forth 2-3 different times. I mean, men charging down the valley and across the valley, hand to hand, ricochets in the rocks. It's one big, huge, swirling fight here. Again, pulls back, kind of a draw, but also overnight hours in the valley there, in the wheat field and the rocks there, guys caught between the lines, screaming in pain, begging for help, can't get to them. Have to leave them out there for at least maybe 2 more days. There are countless men in the wheat field being out there for 2 days. Some have been munched on by hogs after the battle. Can't get to them at all, just leave them out there. Some of course are going to die between the lines there. We thought, not get them back to their own lines before they passed away, bled to death or died of their wounds before they could be pulled off the field by July 4th. One more thing, by the way, on top of the monument, there's a Maltese cross, it's called there. In the Northern Army, there are 7 corps of infantry, each corps about 10,000 soldiers. So those are put up there for morale, for ID purposes. On your cappy, your French-style cap, you have the blue diamond, the red cross, the white star. Normally 3 divisions per corps. So the colored red, white, and blue, like my patch here, this little bag here. You've got these different symbols here. You get colored red, white, and blue, 1st Division red, 2nd Division white, 3rd Division blue in the corps there. And there's the 5th Corps symbol, the Maltese cross. These guys are in the 5th Corps would be the, of course, the Maltese cross there. 1st Division would be red Maltese cross, 2nd Division again white. 3rd Division would be blue. And the guys love the symbols there. Years later, they come back, 1880s, 90s. All the monuments, that one there too has the 5th Corps up top there, the Maltese cross. All the years later, the monuments have those symbols on them as well in the Northern Army here. They're all crescent moons and stars and diamond shapes. This view, though, again, just commands the whole field. That's why you want to have the high ground here. But again, keep in mind, though, the hill we started on, Cemetery Hill, is also mostly cleared up trees, too. Both really command and anchor this line. Again, here's the eye of the round top. turn and Cemetery Hill. Both these hills anchor the entire northern line come July 2nd and July 3rd. Once you can take photographs, look around a bit. You can climb the tower if you like there. The top of the building there, you can climb that. Or here, you can take photographs here. Post by the photographs. There's a couple days down by the building there. But I think about 5 minutes or so here, look around for the photographs if you like. See some of the hills. Got swarms of beetles here.
Oh, I mean, they come in.
I know, yeah.
Everywhere. Yeah, that's like the love boat.
Why do you have orange lips? Don't eat orange lips on my white shirt.
Next one's going to be ladybug.
You're cold.